So, will the package from Prime Minister Boris Johnson to Brussels this week today be from Boris with love to Brussels when it comes to the Brexit package? This is the final 30 days of the deadline. Let's talk to Simon Pearson, my colleague in London, from our London studios. What does it really mean, this package? What is in Boris Johnson's package, the Prime Minister, that is sending to Brussels today? Anything significantly different from what we already know as far as the Brexit deal is concerned? Simon, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Bosun. Yes, it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens today. The British Prime Minister makes his speech at the Conservative Party conference in around an hour's time. It is after that speech that final proposals for his Brexit plan will be sent to Brussels. I'm afraid things are already not looking good. EU leaders are secretly furious at the take it or leave it, or this is the final deal we're offering kind of attitude that the government has come in with. They've been complaining, of course, the EU for weeks that they've seen nothing concrete from the UK in terms of proposals, and now they're suddenly being warned that this offer is the last chance saloon, or it's going to be a no-deal Brexit. The Irish government, too, is very sceptical about this proposed offer. Leaks have been reported in a UK newspaper here that suggests the UK government is proposing a plan that would not prevent customs checks between Ireland and Northern Ireland and also be time limited. Well, the Irish Deputy Prime Minister has flatly rejected that leaked version of Boris's Brexit plan, saying it's not even close to something that they would accept. I think the problem that Boris is finding is the one that Theresa May had, that to get some kind of deal over the line, you're going to need to compromise with lots of different parties and factions. The EU 27 states, the Irish government, the DUP, the Labour Party, as well as your own hard right Conservative MPs. And this is where he seems to be failing at the moment.
So why is that's interesting. I'm sure you'll be following that for us, with a Brexit conversation. But why is the stock exchange, the news is out that the exchange will be good to go? Would that be anything tied to Brexit? Why are they choosing this time to talk about it? Will that be any major threat, as it were? I know that won't happen to the London Stock Exchange.
Yeah, well, it's not quite at the green light stage at the moment, the Scottish Stock Exchange, but there's a reason for that. A consultation has been launched to work out how the Scottish Stock Exchange would track issuers' records on global sustainability. The founder and CEO of the exchange, Thomas Carruthers, says that what has been dubbed Project Heather will be the first exchange to focus on the social and environmental impacts of their business. The stock exchange is set to be the first stock exchange in Scotland since 1973. The hope is part of its USP will be to channel money into projects and causes that supports the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Speaking a few days ago, Thomas Carruthers said that while the impact investing is growing in some sectors, it is yet to penetrate capital markets. In seeking to change how capital markets value natural capital, we see Project Heather's goals for an impact-focused stock exchange as a game changer for our planet. So it does seem like this is close to coming to fruition. They just need to hammer out the nuts and bolts of what is going to be this new global sustainability-focused exchange and how that will look like.
Okay, final one for this morning. Simon, Tesco, the retailer, the numbers looking good for its 2020 fiscal period. But why is the CEO, Lewis, why does he have to go? Because the company is reporting good numbers. What's the problem here?
Yeah, it's a very good question, Bosun. Yeah, Tesco, the UK's biggest supermarket chain, employing over 200,000 people. They've reported a 6.7% rise in first half profits to £494 million. And a lot of that has been down to the role of its chief executive, Dave Lewis, who took the helm in 2011. You may remember that in 2014, the retailer admitted it had been overstating its profits considerably, and the company subsequently revealed a loss of £6.4 billion. That's the biggest ever suffered by a UK retailer. Well, through a mix of reducing costs and buying the biggest food wholesaler in the country, called Booker, in 2017, Mr. Lewis managed to turn things around. So news of his departure, as you say, it's a big surprise to many analysts here. He says he's leaving in the summer of next year to spend more time with his family. A summary of what he said is basically the turnaround is complete. all the targets we set are being hit. My job here is done. That's pretty much what he said and why he's leaving. So a big surprise at that announcement. A few people suggesting that as a smart man, he knows how to get out when the going is good. The industry here, obviously, a particularly tough one at the moment. So good to leave on a high. So that's what a lot of people are thinking. The only reason he can be leaving when the numbers are so good is that he's realizing that this is going to be really tough to continue hitting these kind of numbers. So may as well, get out while the going's good.
Very, very, very interesting. But I'm sure Lewis is not going out without some very nice package. If I'm making money for the company, I've got to get a nice severance package. Have a nice handshake when I step out of the office. Thank you so much, Simon. We'll check in with you at 1:30 in the afternoon on our Business Incorporated. Keep an eye on today's trading day for us. Thank you. I appreciate that.